Hi and welcome again. And in this lesson, we are going to talk about to avoid how to avoid scammers and bad clients. So the first thing you need to ask yourself in order to make this a success is, what is the level of difficulty in communicating with this client? First of all, if you want to avoid any client who is bad, there are some things we call them red flags and home runs. So when you see these red flags, immediately go home and look for another client. And there are also signs that you see, and then you know you have already won. Okay, so we are going to talk about these two things in depth in this video, and I hope you are going to get something out of this, which is going to be your guiding principle when you are approaching these customers. First of all, let's start with the red flags, because the red flags, they are more prominent than the good signs, that is the home runs. So the red flags are in the first communications. So in the first engagement, if the deal is too good, and when you talk with the client, they are more of looking at a possibility of not working with you anymore. That is, it is only one engagement, and there is even possibility that they are looking towards cutting ties with you from the word go. That is a first red flag. Two, another red flag is when they are reluctant when you tell them about the payment. Okay, so when you see a customer or a client who is not willing to pay, even if you are giving them something good in return, or when you are taking all the risks and they are not even willing to commit themselves, and you are the one who is pushing them to do things, that is also a red flag. And if you feel that the communication is one-sided, that is, you are the one who is initiating the conversations even after you have closed the deal. You are the one forcing the communication. You are the one who is reminding the client when you're supposed to speak. Those are some of the red signs and the red flags that this is not going to be a good encounter. And what I would suggest to see in the next segment of this video is that there are some of these things that you can see them as the red flags, but in fact they are good. It's only that the client is very busy, or it is not the way they do their business in that domain. But some of the things that I have noticed as myself, one of these things is when I was starting off, I started my first private client. We worked on terms of service. The terms of service, they did not come from me. It came from him. His name was Ryan. So what he did, he approached me, okay, when I contacted him. So the response and everything was set up. He already had his writers terms of service, and even the pay rates were there. They were way beyond the normal that I was charging. So because this guy, one page at that time, it was 300 words, okay, because it was double spaced before, but the standard one, and it is between 250 words to 275 words. But this guy used to, the pay rates, they were between $12 to $20 depending on the urgency of the order. So if the order was very urgent, let's say 6 hours and below, I could get very close to $20. Okay, because the way he was is that they were an agency, so they were working for a bigger pool of clients, and these clients would give in orders, and then if it is an article or a newsletter or a white paper or an ebook that you're supposed to do, and then they get the job, and then they redistribute it to other freelancers who are on their network. And so that is how it was. But I ended up getting nothing from that client after working with him for almost 4 months consistently, and then over 2 years inconsistently. So within a period of 2 years, I had been conned around $3,000 to $4,000. Yes, it may seem not much, but to me at that time, I had a family. My son was very small at that time, because he was around 3 months when we started working with this guy, and we continued. To some point, we went hungry. Yeah, but anyway, let's stop that. But one of the things, if a customer comes, he doesn't want to play by your rules, or he or she doesn't want to compromise his ground, then that is a red flag. Because now he is exacting the power of a boss, and in this field, no one is a boss over the other. It is a compromise. You do your work and go. He gives you work, he pays you, and then you go. That is how this business works. But if you get that lack mentality, or then a client wants to impart you the lack mentality of the boss mentality, because maybe you position yourself as a person who does not have, as though he or she is doing you a favor. Don't work with such a client, because they are entitled, and apart from not getting enough pay, you will face a lot of revisions, constant revisions. Nothing will be enough, or the quality will not be satisfactory for this client. And so the best thing is to recognize them from the first few encounters up to the time you deliver the first milestone and get paid. If there is problem getting the initial payment, it is better to let the client go, or you lose more in the process of trying to satisfy him or her and get the payment. You will work the double time, you will not get paid, and on top of that, you will lose more time which you could have used to get more people, more clients, and more work to do with people who deserve your energy and your time and your skills. Okay, so if you are having a problem with getting the initial payment, the customer doesn't want to work under your terms, he is constantly complaining about deliverables or the quality of the work. Nothing is according to him. Even if you revise twice the work, he is still not satisfied, then it is time to walk away. Yes, walk away, don't look back, just count that as a loss. And when you're writing the terms of service, ensure that you have included that you reserve the right of your work. The copyright of your work belongs to you until the payment is done. So unless the payment is done, the work remains yours, even if it is a logo or anything that you have written and has not been incentivized in form of financial remuneration. The copyright is supposed to remain as yours, so that if you are not paid, you can use the same content and sell it in content repurpose. There are sites that they sell those content to other clients who need them. Yes, so if that is not possible, you just go with your work and sell it somewhere else. And even if they use that work, you can sue them. Yes, you can sue them or plagiarize the work, so that even if it is a content, something that is going to be, it is a content that is going to be uploaded on the web, and it will be seen as a copied work, and it will not be ranked by search engines. That is according to what I have learned. Yes, and so those are the red flags. Yes, the red flags. Lack of cooperation, communication is one-sided. Secondly, there is a lot of complaining. That is a red flag. Fourthly, the client wants to work with his or her own terms. He is exacting the boss vibe. That is a red flag. Nobody is employing you. Yes, you are a freelancer. You get paid for delivering on the deliverables, nothing else. You are not under any employment contract. Yes, okay. Yes, so that is why the contract that you are signing, it is an agreement or a contract that is meant to ensure that whatever you're going to deliver, it is clearly stating the terms of service, what you are going to do and what you cannot do. I am going to all these templates, all these things, I'm going to attach them at the end of the course as course materials. Okay. So don't worry about all these things. I'm going to compile them as one, or as one file, or as different file. I'm going to label them differently so that you can be able to use them. So I went all through that so that you don't. Okay. Yes, so we have done all that, the red flags. I hope you have noted them down. You can always rewatch this video whenever you are in doubt. And then now let's go to the other side of the coin. So the other side of the coin, this is where you know if a client is a good fit for you. First of all, when you pitch, they readily respond to your pitch, and then they want to contribute to your needs or to your ideas, and they are eager to hear from you. They are the same ones who are going to give you the scope of the work, the problems they are facing. They are very communicative. They are looking for more. They are investing in you so that you can have a clearer picture of what they need, so that you can provide a very concordant product or service that is going to have any economic or financial value. So what I mean here is the client is what can I say? It is the client is contributing or is working or collaborating with you in the project. You are not, the communication is not one-sided. So you will see a form of interaction where you and the client, you are communicating effectively. You know the goals. You know everything that you're supposed to do. Okay, and by so doing, it is going to be very easy for you to measure and also to deliver the work as per the needs of the clients and his or her audience. That is the first thing, the first sign that this one is going to go further. Second, the money is not an issue unless it is out of their budget, and then if it is not in their budget, they are willing to pay, but you renegotiate the price. So they have that window. That means they see value in you, and this is a very good sign that they are going to work with you on a long-term basis. Okay, and then these are the people who respect your work ethic. For example, If you don't work on Saturdays, they are not expecting you to call them or update them or do any deliverables on that day. They are going to respect you as a person. They are going to respect the deliverables, the terms of service, what you are going to do and what you're not going to do. And anything that you do, they are always looking for a way to compensate you, because they know you are bringing value to the company or to the business, and you are not there to do charity work. You are there to work. Okay? So, so ensure that these are the kinds of clients you are working with. The clients that see value in you, and not those who see you as a bad investment or a bother and they want to take advantage of you. So another thing, this client is not going to ask you for samples, free samples that they will give you some work to do and then you're not going to pay that work. And that idea did not come from you, it came from them. Because when it comes from you, that it is we are going to cover it in the how to pitch. It is called a no risk pitching formula. So this is where you have not done any article or any work in that domain that they want to, but you have done some research and you know how to do it, but you don't have any available article or any or any content on that area. So what they do, they ask you or you ask them if it is possible for them to maybe approve some few topics. You write on the format they want you to write in, and then if it is good to go, you will do what? You will invoice whatever you have done, and then compare, and you will invoice that what you have done, and then you will continue working on the future projects. So that's another thing. If the free sample is not your idea, it is their idea. In fact, they ask you for that upfront. If a red sign and a red flag. Yes. So so don't worry. This it is going to be okay. It's going to be okay. But you will know by their demands during the first few interactions that this one is going to pay, and it's going to be a long-term thing. So the client, if you see the client is more invested in you, be open and work with them. And if you see they are restrained, they don't want to pay, they are seeing you as a bad investment, they are always complaining, nothing is enough for them, and whatever they are outsourcing, they cannot produce in-house, and they don't want to pay. My friend, run. Yes, run, because if you don't do that, you are going to suffer. And you are going to cry with one eye, tears here, and the other eye, shock and regret. And I want you to go through that. I already went through that, and I learned my lesson, and I don't want you to go through that. And so please avoid that at all costs. It is better to walk away earlier on and approach other clients rather than staying and losing much and draining yourself to death. Hey, let me not get triggered again. But that's it for today. And then in the next chapter, we are going to talk about now the skills and the content types that you are going to be writing for these clients and the formats. So thank you for watching.